Hey everyone, my name is Victoria, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Apple Reminders app. Some of you might already know that I absolutely love any task management apps, calendars, or productivity tools in general. Over the past few years, I've been actively using several paid apps for these purposes. However, after hearing that Apple Reminders had significantly improved, I decided to check it out myself. Since the beginning of last year, I've been using it alongside other apps, and now I'm convinced that Apple Reminders deserves a closer look. Today, I'll tell you everything you need to know about Apple Reminders and how to start using it to boost your productivity. Let's dive into the app itself. Here's what it looks like. It should be pre-installed on all your Apple devices, but if it's not, you can always find it in the App Store. When you open the app, it will look something like this. I use it a lot, so my app might look a bit different, but the overall structure is easy to follow. At the top, you'll see a search bar, which is super handy if you need to quickly find a reminder. Next, you'll see the Favorites section, and I'll show you how to create or modify it. One list I particularly want to highlight is the Today list. If you go into it, it's really convenient because you can see all your reminders for today, broken down into morning, afternoon, and evening, if they're time-based. You can use this as your daily planner, which I really like. If you don't like this option, you can always turn it off by tapping the three dots in the top right corner and unchecking the time grouping option. As you scroll down the left side, you'll see all the lists or reminders you've already created, and at the bottom, you'll see buttons for adding a new list and for adding a new reminder. Let's start with something simple, creating a new reminder. Tap New Reminder, and you'll see a new or blank reminder automatically added to whichever list you're in, and you can just start typing. Let's say, Call Mom. I've just added the reminder text, and here you can add context, like, It's her birthday. If you want to add more details to this reminder, you'll see a little I on the right, and when you tap it, various options for this reminder will open up. One of the most important ones is the ability to add a date and time for the reminder. Let's say I want to call her tomorrow at noon. I can also make this a recurring event if I need it to be an annual event. As you scroll down, you'll see some really powerful options that work so well with my Apple devices that it was one of the main reasons I switched to Apple Reminders. The first one is location, and if I turn this on, I can set the reminder to notify me when I arrive at or leave a certain place. For example, if I want to be reminded to call my mom as soon as I get home from work, I can set that up. The next option is when messaging, which is really cool because when I turn this on, I just select my mom for this reminder, and the next time I'm messaging her, I'll get reminded of the reminder. At the bottom, you can tag this reminder, set a priority, low, medium, or high, and change the list it's in. The nice thing is you can also add subtasks. For example, if you're planning a party or want to add a few more steps to a reminder, you can do that. At the very bottom, you can even add an image if it's relevant. Once you're done, the reminder will appear at the bottom of your list, and you can always swipe left to flag it, delete it, or access its details. You can hold it to increase its priority, and if you created a reminder and realized it's actually a subtask of another reminder, you can just hold it and drag it onto the other one, and it will appear as a subtask of that reminder. At the top, you'll see quick actions, so you can quickly set the time and day, add a location, flag the reminder, or add a tag. But now that you have a lot of reminders, it definitely makes sense to organize them. This is where lists come in handy. If you tap Add List, you can name your list. Let's call it Home List, for example. The list type, we'll get into that a bit later, can be left as a standard list for now. You can choose a color and use either preset emojis or the standard keyboard to select an appropriate symbol. The List Type option offers 3 different types: Standard, Shopping, and Smart. One of my favorite features in Apple Reminders is the Shopping List function. When you create a shopping list, the system automatically organizes everything you add to it into relevant categories. For instance, in my shopping list, milk will automatically be sorted into the dairy section. This makes shopping much easier because you can see everything you need in each category when you're at the store. The third type is the Smart List, which works similarly to Smart Folders in Apple Notes. This type of list allows you to filter your reminders even more precisely. For example, you can view all your high-priority reminders in a specific area, and any high-priority reminder, regardless of the list it's in, will appear in this high-priority group. Once you create smart lists, they will still appear on the left side but with a gear icon, so you know it's a smart list. There are a few other useful things you can do with your standard lists. By tapping one of your regular lists and then the three dots at the top, you can create sections. This is useful if you need to divide something by categories, such as family members, class numbers, or project stages. Additionally, you can view them in column view instead of list view. To do this, tap the three dots again and select column view. This is very handy for event planning or working on a project where you need to see the stages of your tasks. Another useful feature is saving as a template. If you're working on a lot of projects or have many different classes and need the same structure for each list, you can save a template. Name the template, like New Video, save it, and you'll see a small square at the top indicating that the template is saved. Next time you create a new list, you can select templates and use the saved structures, which will save you a lot of time setting up each list. Now let's talk about organization, because when you have a lot of reminders and lists, you might need to arrange them. The first thing you can do with related lists is create a group or folder. To do this, hold one list and place it on another related list to create a group. You can name the group, and you can always swipe left to delete a list or group. If you tap on the three dots in the top right corner of the panel, you can edit and create new lists and groups. To create a new group, tap on Add Group. Enter the group name and optionally select the lists that should be included in this group. Then tap the Create button, and to finish, tap the Done button. If there's a list you want to pin, you can hold it and select the Pin option to move it to the top. If you want to unpin a list from the top, you can always hold it and select Unpin. I created a list called Inbox and pinned it to the top. I use it to quickly jot down ideas and tasks that pop into my head, those fleeting thoughts that I need to capture immediately or I know I'll forget. There are a few settings and widgets worth considering. When you go to Settings and scroll down, you'll see the Reminders section. Here's what I would highlight. First is the default list. If you're quickly adding a reminder or using Siri to add a reminder, it will automatically be placed in whatever is set as your default list. I recommend checking this setting and making sure it's set up the way you need. Next is all-day reminders. If you don't set a time for a reminder but set a date, you can choose the time of day you'll be reminded automatically. And probably the most useful new feature for Apple Reminders, which has really been a long time coming, is displaying Today as a badge on the Reminders app icon. I recommend turning this on so all your reminders for today will be displayed as a badge on the app itself. You can also use interactive widgets with the Reminders app, which was really needed for a long time and is something I use every day. The Reminders widgets come in 3 different sizes, and you can always choose which list to display on the widget. You can even have multiple widgets showing different lists. To do this, tap Edit and select the list you want. Now, without opening the app itself, when I complete a reminder, I can just check it off on the widget. Another useful feature is the ability to share lists with other people. If you have a shopping list that you want to share with your family, or if you're working on a class project and want to share the list, you can share it with anyone who has an Apple device. This way, the app updates in real time. If someone in your family buys milk and checks it off, it automatically reflects in your list. And probably my most important tip to get the most out of Apple Reminders and be as productive as possible is to use Siri to set reminders as often as you can. It's so simple. Instead of typing out text and selecting all the options manually, you can just ask Siri to do it for you. For example, "Hey Siri, add chocolate to my grocery list," or "Remind me to call my mom tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can even use Siri for recurring events, like "Remind me to call my mom every Monday at 7 p.m. And of course, Apple Reminders syncs across all your Apple devices, so every time you add, edit, or mark a reminder as complete, it updates everywhere. I'm so glad I gave Apple Reminders another chance because I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and it fits perfectly for my daily tasks. If you liked this video and found it helpful, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new tips and tricks. That's all for now. Have a great day, and see you next time.